Today, I'm going to explain why I don't believe the Bitcoin market is going to copy what the gold market did after its spot ETF was approved in 2004. Many people in the Bitcoin space are looking at this chart right here, and they're saying, look, gold went on this big 6-year bull market after 2004 when its first US spot ETF was approved. Gold rallied by 400%. Many people are saying, why doesn't Bitcoin do the exact same thing? Well, today I'm going to explain the 3 reasons for why I disagree with these people and why Bitcoin is uniquely poised to do something that most people are simply not prepared for. So the first reason for why I don't think the gold spot ETF is a good model to use is the fact that gold has no network effects. Okay, gold is not an emergent technology that is being bootstrapped and adopted by people all around the world. We can see here by this chart that Bitcoin is actually being adopted even faster than the internet was being adopted in the 1990s. So if you compare Bitcoin at 15 years old to the internet at 15 years old, Bitcoin's being adopted faster than the internet. And we all know the internet was mass adopted by society in under 30 years, okay? Gold does not have those same network effects, okay? In 2004, when the gold spot ETF was approved, there was no real big demand for gold, okay? At the time, inflation was pretty low, okay? Gold is an alternative to fiat money. Before Ron Paul actually went on his massive campaign, most people didn't know about the problem with central banks. It wasn't until Ron Paul really wrote that book, End the Fed, that people started to awaken to the problem with central banking. So again, this gold spot ETF was approved 4 years before the 2008 global financial crisis, okay? Gold had a very small user base in 2004. It wasn't on this exponential curve of adoption, okay? And many people are looking and they're saying, hey, look, gold still went up by 4x following its spot ETF approval. With this chart here, we can see that the gold market cap rose from $2 trillion in around 2004 to be around $10 trillion only 6 years later, okay? So this was $8 trillion of new capital flowing into gold after it got its spot ETF approved. So this largely came from institutional asset allocators who were just simply hopping on the trend of an early gold bull market, okay? So this is where I think Bitcoin's different, okay? Bitcoin has this technological adoption curve that it is on, okay? This is a major bullish catalyst that gold simply didn't have in the early 2000s, okay? Now, something else that gold doesn't have is the fact that it's very rare and very scarce like Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin is verifiably scarce, and this is the difference to what we're going to see with the gold spot ETF. We can see from this chart here and a number of different headlines, there are so many estimates out there actually analyzing how many shares of paper gold are there in the gold market for every 1 ounce of physical gold that's actually held, okay? And we can see here that by most estimates, there is over 100 times more paper contracts of gold than there is of actual physical gold in the market, okay? This is why you will always hear the gold bugs talk about paper gold, okay? There's even evidence of former central bankers admitting the fact that they use these paper gold contracts to suppress the price of gold, because when the price of gold goes up, this signifies that people are losing trust in fiat money, okay? So they use these paper instruments to suppress the price of gold, okay? And with Bitcoin, this is much more difficult to actually do, okay? I can verify the total supply of Bitcoin on my full node that I run at home, and there are tens of thousands, and by some estimates, hundreds of thousands of people who run these full nodes at home, who every 10 minutes are able to actually verify the total supply of Bitcoin, and they can verify that nobody is cheating the rules in the Bitcoin network, okay? So this is just another bullish catalyst that Bitcoin has that gold simply does not have, okay? And this is where we start talking about the Bitcoin multiplier effect, okay? So most people would have heard of the Bitcoin multiplier effect over recent years, and put very simply, all it's explaining is, hey, look, Bitcoin is very scarce, okay? Over 80% of Bitcoin circulating supply has not actually moved in the past year, okay? So because not all the Bitcoin is available for sale, Bitcoin has a multiplier effect. So we can see from this chart here, this is Willy Woo's chart. He actually calls it the Bitcoin market cap gain per dollar invested. A little bit of a mouthful, but what he's showing by this pink line on the bottom of the chart is it's actually measuring how many dollars it takes to push the Bitcoin market cap up. Okay, so for every $1 that flows into Bitcoin, today in 2024, we can see that it actually pushes the Bitcoin market cap up by around 4.5x. Okay, so this is very interesting because when we're analyzing these inflows of how much capital is going to come into Bitcoin because of this spot ETF, we need to remember to use this Bitcoin multiplier effect. So Standard Chartered actually came out this week and they said, we believe that we could see between $50 and $100 billion flow into Bitcoin in its first year because of these spot ETFs. So if you get $100 billion in new capital, you need to factor in this 4.5x multiplier effect. And this would actually represent a gain in the Bitcoin market cap of $450 billion. So a $450 billion increase just from the Bitcoin spot ETFs would signify a huge price gain in Bitcoin, okay? We're not even talking about the halving right now. We're only talking about these spot Bitcoin ETFs. So that's the second thing that Bitcoin has that's uniquely different from gold. So what's the third? So the third thing that I believe Bitcoin has working in its favor for this spot ETF approval is it's going to actually see a stock to flow takeover. So let me explain what I mean here. Right now, gold is the most rare and the most scarce asset in the world. It has a stock to flow of around 60. And when you compare that to Bitcoin today in early 2024, Bitcoin has a stock to flow of 59, okay? So gold is the most rare and scarce asset on the planet today. But we have a Bitcoin halving coming in around 3 months. And what that's going to do is it's obviously going to cut the new amount of Bitcoin that's paid to the miners every 10 minutes in half. So what this is going to do is it's going to take Bitcoin stock to flow from 59 to 119, making Bitcoin the rarest and the scarcest money we've ever seen on the planet. And that is why some Bitcoin OGs like Adam Back believes that Bitcoin could actually flip gold this coming Bitcoin bull market. So if you want to learn a little bit more about that, you guys are in luck because we did film a video breaking down why Adam Back believes Bitcoin could go on this outrageous bull market and flip the price of gold. So I'm going to put a link on screen that's going to take you straight to that video right about there. So with all that said, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let us know in the comments down below what you think the Bitcoin spot ETF is going to mean for Bitcoin. And with all that said, hope you have a great day and I hope you enjoy the video we popped up on screen right about there.